All right, welcome back at 9:24. November is National Family Literacy Month, and right now, one St. Louis organization is helping our young people get a head start on a good book. Ready Readers is putting books in the hands of kids all across the St. Louis area, and we've got a special guest this morning to tell us more about that mission, Executive Director Angela Sears-Spittle. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
A crucial topic and one that I'm very passionate about, honestly, as a journalist. Let's start with some background. How did Ready Readers first start, and what's your mission?
Ready Readers started 28 years ago. It's the beautiful example of one person making a difference in the world. One woman decided children need to hear books read aloud. Children need more books in their homes. I can do something about that. She got a bunch of her friends together, and they worked together to do it. Now we reach 17,000 children with the joy and the power of reading every week, and we distribute more than 170,000 new books to home libraries in our region.
Wow, wow, such an impact. What have you seen from kids now that this has been implemented in their lives?
You know what? One of our big goals is to make reading fun for kids. We want kids to see the joy of reading. They'll understand the power later in life, but when they're 4, they need to understand that reading is fun. And so that's a big part of our focus. We want kids to understand reading is fun, while we are also implementing the basic skills they need to be ready to learn how to read.
Yeah, it's so essential. You know, and it's not only Family Literacy Month, we've also got World Children's Day coming up. So how's your organization celebrating that?
I love that. UNICEF celebrates World Children's Day as a way to focus on the welfare and the rights of children. And we believe very deeply that literacy is a human right, that all children deserve the ability, the right to learn how to read. It is essential for life skills. And so we are focusing on that by highlighting the importance of reading. It is essential for their lives.
Yeah, and I can't help but notice your shirt. It says literacy is a gateway to equity. And that, can you just explain that and reiterate what that means?
Right. For so long, reading has been withheld from different people in our population, from minority folks. And so we know that literacy is essential for life skills for the rest of their lives. It's an educational equity issue, and so that's a big focus of our work. We want to make sure that all children have the right to learn how to read.
I love that, Angela. Why is representation, speaking of that population split piece, there's this gap, right? And so why is inclusion so essential for kids' books?
For kids, children need to see themselves in books. Researchers tell us that books are windows, mirrors, and doors for children, that they need to be able to open new doors into new opportunities. They need to see out windows to new perspectives. They need to have mirrors that show themselves so they can see themselves in books. And yet, only 12 to 18% of children's literature features children of color. When children can't see themselves in books or see their lives represented, the doors are closed, the windows are shut, and the mirrors are broken. They don't have that opportunity. And so our work focuses really hard to make sure children can see themselves in the books that we send home for home libraries.
Wow, so powerful. And you brought a few of your books with you today. Let's walk me through some of these great texts.
These are great. This one is one I just read this week to a class of children that I read to every week, and I'll just show you one of the pages. On every other page or so, it's just a reminder that when hard things happen, that you've got this, that you can do it, which I love. So as I was reading this to kids, they caught on, right, that it was going to say, you've got this, and so they started yelling it with me, which is beautiful. Books we send home to children also have notes for parents on the inside. Simple things you can do as a parent to integrate reading with your child, to integrate this book to help draw out lessons from whatever book you're looking at, and those are in English and Spanish for parents, just to give tips for home. Like, I didn't know what I was doing when I was reading to my kids. I didn't know the things to pull out or to emphasize, and these tips just give parents really simple tools they can use to help their children really get involved with the book.
You know, my baby cousin comes to visit me every summer, and one of the things that we make a priority in the house is to read to her before bedtime. And you know, when you put it as a part of their routine, they get excited about it. And so then, you know, they're like making sure that you're on top of things. So just that 10 to 20 minutes every night, I know for sure can make a huge difference.
Yeah, kids love routine and they love relationships. They need both for their development. So reading just 10, 15 minutes every day makes a huge difference for children. Also, just talking out loud, narrate your day to the child. They need to hear you talking, singing, telling stories. That's how children absorb the world, so they need to hear that. And the last thing is you can incorporate reading just in really simple errands that you do around your day in the week. It's really simple.
And lastly, Angela, real quick, how can folks get involved in your program?
You can get involved by Ready Readers by going to our website. We need volunteers to go into early childhood classrooms to read to children, help us distribute books. So readyreaders.org. You can also donate there. We don't receive state or federal funding, so we're powered by our community.
All right, thank you so much, Angela. We appreciate having you.